What up YouTube, it's your boy Korean Jesus here with another reaction video. And I don't know, I kind of called this when Helldivers 2 came out. I literally said they're releasing indoctrinating games to get the next generation ready to enlist for some war or some patriotism, just that warlike mindset, and I don't miss. But yeah, let's go ahead and check out this video by Mori. Let's get into this video.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so I hate to be the bearer of bad news and I hate to fearmonger, but it looks like World War III just started? Now the footage we all just saw of what looks to be like some crazy ass post-apocalyptic alien invasion of sorts apparently is in fact hundreds of missiles at the country of Israel, and what we see here now is Israel's main defense system called the Iron Dome literally shooting out most of these missiles from the sky before it reaches the ground. Like, this shit looks insane. It literally looks like the world is ending, like it's War of the Worlds or something, like Godzilla just popped out of the ocean as if the kaiju are here to end everything. I mean, this is actually insane, because earlier in the year I was gonna make a video, right, surrounding the fact that Gen Z, who are now, you know, mostly adults, I guess, young adults or entering adulthood, and the fact that the world should not rely on this generation, my generation, because most of us are not going to war. I'm sorry, like, Gen Z is not fighting a fucking war that could literally be the end of humanity. I'm sorry. I'm not about to go fight in World War III and literally be cannon fodder for a whole bunch of pussy ass politicians who don't want to fight their own fights. Like, it's about time we round these politicians up, man. Get Netanyahu, Putin, Zelensky, and all these other motherfuckers in a cage match, locked WWE style, and let them fight to the death. If you want to throw Trump and Biden in there too, let them go in, tag team these motherfuckers. I don't care. But why should regular people, the citizens of the world, and especially Gen Z, have to bear the burden, ultimately, since that's like the prime fighting age, of some sensitive ass politicians, presidents, dictators who are too pussy to fight their own battles? Like, if you truly want to lead a war, how about you go back to traditionalism, do what the leaders of the past have done, and be on the front lines and get your ass whooped? Like,
it's about time people started realizing it. Can you believe the older generations, your grandparents, didn't catch on to this stupid idea that they need to go to war on behalf of world leaders? They're just out here sucking on their country's dick. I mean, don't even get me started on the 4th of July. You mean Pride Parade? What's the difference between Pride Parade and the 4th of July? They're dressing up like a flag, they're having parades, they're waving some silly little flag around, right? It's the same bullshit. It's all about pride. It's nationalism or gender, whatever. It's gay.
My man's right here pretty much said it perfectly.
Why is everybody saying Gen Z is gonna get drafted? Like, no the fuck we're not. And you know why I know that? Because we're just gonna say no. Like, how are they gonna actually force us to get up and go to war? I understand it was like that in like the 1940s.
Takes a bite out of his apple while trying to explain some crazy shit.
What else is there to do in 1940 besides shoot people?
Nah, that's a crazy ass thing to say.
We have things to do nowadays. We have twerk, be bisexual, eat hot chip, lie.
I mean, he's not lying. Like, bro, I got YouTube videos to make. I don't have time for World War III.
And we're also like really mentally ill.
He's not wrong.
I have like 6 of these. What makes you think I'm qualified to have a gun? Like, within 600 feet of anybody, including myself. And finally, like, guns are like so tacky. Like, can you imagine just like pulling up with a gun? Like, that is so fucking embarrassing.
Nah, okay. Nah, I can't take this guy seriously anymore. Listen, on a very serious note, aside from guns being tacky, right? Because I'm sure this man might pull up to the battlefield being sassy as hell with his Louis Vuitton shoes, his stilettos, his pinstripe suit, a top hat, a cane, looking like the zesty ass version of Willy Wonka. On a serious note, this is very scary and very alarming that they think that somehow, at least for American Generation Z, which I said before is 16 to 26 or 25, are literally gonna participate in this war. Like, why would we die for another pointless, endless war that we literally have nothing to gain from? I'm sorry, maybe I sound pussy, but I'm just trying to wrap my mind around why I would literally forfeit my life for a country, a society, a nation that's the most degenerate, the most selfish and narcissistic, the most money hungry, thieving, spying, and exploiting the civilian population, leeching and literally sucking us dry and trying to profit off of the people and sending billions of dollars to other countries instead of spending it on us. Why Now,
But that's the price of freedom. That's the price you pay for freedom. Endless taxes, so our money can go elsewhere and not fix the roads, not give us public amenities, not fix the tap water, put chemicals in our food. The whole reason I started making bread is because I kind of wanted tortillas and I wanted some bread. And I went to the store and I was like, what the hell are all of these chemicals? And I pulled out my phone and I just Googled a lot of the studies of what happens when you eat too much of these ingredients. And it's all a lot of neurological damage and psychiatric issues. There's a reason why America's mentally ill. It's the food. The food is fucking you up. That guy was eating apples with caramel. Sugar is basically cocaine. It just endorphin rush or dopamine or whatever, right? Instant gratification. People say ADHD is curable. It is. Try not eating their poisonous food. They get you hooked on their garbage so they can sell you medicine. They're poisoning you. Why would doctors cure cancer when they can continue to leech money from you? Why would the police actually solve crimes when they can put child predators back on the streets to ensure they have a job? The government, no matter where you go, is the problem. Who am I voting for this year? How about tar and feather? How about we go back to tarring and feathering the taxman like they did when America was founded? I feel like that's the price you pay for freedom, is tarring some taxmen. Also, Jesus was flipping tables and whipping people for setting up collection and offering plates. And if you don't know, Jesus spoke against churches, only for the church to make an entire religion on his sacrifice. Before I get these crazy people telling me that Jesus is a fairy tale, yeah, I know about Dionysus and I know about Apollonius. I understand that Jesus wasn't a common name back then. In fact, it didn't even exist. So where'd that name come from? But that's too deep of a topic for this video. So let's get back to this hilarious psyop of military programming this young soy boy generation for a war so they can protect our freedom, because in America we get to choose who's our president. No other country does this. No one else has elections, guys, because everywhere else is North Korea. That's why the only people that ever bring up North Korea are never Asian people or the countries that surround them. It's always the West. People in Europe, people in America, people in Brazil. Why do you think that is? It's a psyop.
would I risk my life for that? Do any of you feel like dying for the country as it stands right now? Do any of you feel like going to war and killing other young people from other countries who don't speak your language, who you quite frankly don't want to kill for the country as it is right now? Like it, nah, man. I ain't rocking with that, bro.
Take a look at this wild footage showing a drone from Iran heading towards Israel as they have launched a massive attack on the country. Take a look here. You can see there is the city, and in the backdrop of it, you can see all of these missiles above.
No effing way, bro. Are all those little specks actual missiles from Iran?
Comes at a time as we are seeing global tensions skyrocket. Hundreds,
bro, them bitches look like straight shooting stars.
Hundreds of missiles have reportedly been fired. The Iron Dome is shooting most of them down. However, some of them are going to make it through and take out targets, most of them military. However, we're going to likely see many civilians getting caught up in this as well, as it looks like possibly Benjamin Netanyahu has left Israel. He has fled.
Imagine that. The president of the fucking country who makes the orders and starts wars with other countries, and when the other countries retaliate, the MFer decides to get out of Dodge and leave his citizens behind to bear the brunt of his actions.
Of fear. That is not confirmed. However, we've seen multiple planes that have left the region that have been unidentified or at least marked.
I'm guessing it's all the celebrities and all the elites get to leave, while all the people that kind of don't have a choice have to just deal with the ramifications that their elected official chose for them. They're not elected, they're selected years before. Why did Werner von Braun write a fictional story about a man named Elon colonizing Mars? If you really want a fun conspiracy to go down, go look into the Deus Ex Elon Musk conspiracy, because how did a game that was made in 1996 predict the Twin Towers and the pandemic and lockdowns and the vaccines? It's crazy. It's almost as if they planned this whole thing from the get-go, but I digress.
As potentially carrying Benjamin Netanyahu. If that is the case, he's in fact a coward. He's running away as his people are potentially at risk. Iran has also decided to seize an Israeli-linked ship. They are taking it hostage, they are holding it, the people on board, all of the goods, and this is in part of a massive retaliation. They say it's because Iran had one of their military leaders taken out by Israel. There were also multiple attacks on Iran bases.
Wow, that's crazy, man. Honestly, if anybody has any other better ideas for how we should go about fighting these wars, aside from the WWE style locked cage match fight to the death for these old ass geezers, maybe, I don't know, put them in a retirement home, let them play bingo or some shit, send them off to some isolated ass distant island in the middle of the ocean and let them live out the rest of their days. Maybe slip something in grandpa's cocktail and make him go nighty night. I don't know, like something has to be done because I'm not dying.
Speed of the drone there, it is an unmanned aircraft.
Bro, why does that look like a paper airplane flying through the sky? Like, is this even real? Is this real life?
And projectiles on it that are going to...
Have you seen the planes that hit the Twin Towers? Go look into that stuff. Actually, don't. People want to believe that shit's real. Let them.
Hitting targets. It's much harder to take those down than it is missiles because the Iron
Nah, bro, that looked like some shit I literally made in 4th grade and flew straight into my teacher's ass crack. Like, what? Well, now that we pretty much got the gist of what's happening, Iran has attacked Israel, I suppose, because Israel apparently assassinated one of their political leaders, and now they're retaliating. And rightfully so, because, I mean, just imagine being a country, you're just chilling, and they take out one of your leaders as a power move for no reason, like, or you're just chilling and you're provoked unnecessarily. Like, bro, that's not cool. Bro said, me when I get a knock on the front door from Royal Navy that I'm in the front line for World War III. Homie said Iran launching drones towards Israel. They got this man, this Indian, firing fireworks to the sky. They said this is how Gen Z is about to pull up on the front lines of World War III. Bro, what is this, my guy?
It's mental illness, innit?
Stereotypes are for everyone. What color their skin? Why is it always them? Oh, but I've seen, it doesn't matter. The majority of the people that are these they them types, the White House lawn, the Budweiser deal, they were white people. Remember when Joe Rogan said that furry conventions were predominantly Asian? You can go on YouTube right now, type in FurryCon, look at the audience. It's predominantly white. When did that term white people come about anyways? What happened between 1200 to 1600 in Europe? Because the term white didn't exist. That was about the time when the star people were completely exiled out of most of Europe. Now look up the US Census definition of white people. That's interesting. What a weird coincidence. It's always them.
So are they part dog, part wolf, part twink?
Part wolf? Exactly. FurryCon. Go look into it.
Yeah, case in point. Even if Gen Z tries to fight in this war, it's pretty much over before it even began. I'm sorry, like, we're doomed. Anyway, thoughts, opinions, comments down below. Sub to the channel if you're new. Join our Discord server. Links are down below. Hopefully this war doesn't actually happen. I know we're feeling like, this can't possibly happen. And there's just no way it could happen now. But I assure you anything is possible in this world. And yeah, hoping and praying that we're all safe. Anyway, that being said, hope you guys at least got a little bit informed. And yeah, until next time, everybody, stay safe out there.
Shout out to Maury. This was a really good video. He stayed based on this one. This gives me hope for the future. This really does. Draft him, don't draft him, not my business. I went out, spoke a bunch of truth, tried to expose a bunch of stuff on my previous accounts, but I just kept getting banned. On Twitter, on Twitch, on Instagram. So now I don't really do that. That's why I record these videos and censor and bleep out things, you know, let people connect the dots on their own. Do you believe that we should be out here fighting wars for the elite? These warmongering beefs that don't even concern us when there's potholes in the road? California spent $24 billion on homeless situation. How does that make sense? Anyways, if you like this video, hit that like, subscribe. Y'all let me know in the comments below. It's not that serious, and yeah, have a good one.